Hello friends, today we are going to see an important feature of MATLAB, and that is how to write your own codes. The codes written in MATLAB have extension .m, and that's why they are called as M files. Now these M files basically are classified into two different forms, script and function. See, script, as the name suggests, it just writes the codes as a scripting. It doesn't require, in fact, it doesn't accept the input arguments from the command window, right? And functions, on the other hand, they do need some, designated input variables, and they have designated output variables. Script file can access, workspace. That is, it can operate on the data which is already available in the workspace, whereas for function files, the variables are local to the function files. It cannot be accessed by workspace, or workspace variable cannot be accessed by function files. Now this particular things will be explained as we see the MATLAB window. So how do you generate a script file? First we talk about script file. So naturally, as I told you, it is nothing but a group of MATLAB command. You write it in a text file and then execute it. That is your script file. It doesn't require any input, as I told you. As the name suggests, right? It reads the script and it executes on that. Two important features is commands within the script file have access to all the variables in the MATLAB workspace, and all variables created in by the script file become part of the workspace. Let us see these two MP1 and MP2 script files which I have already loaded in the MATLAB, and I think these two statements will be clarified. So let's MP1 is already loaded, and it's a very simple file where I have written A equal to 2, B equal to 4, and C equals to A plus B. So the answer for C is known to us, C6. You can just see that the workspace right now has no variable, right? If you want to check which are the variables, just type group and you see that which are the variables. Right, since it has given nothing, because there are no variables, it has given nothing. Now let me write MPE1. The moment I write MP1, which is this is how I execute script file. I have to just type the name of the file and press enter, or I can take my I can activate that file and press run. So MP1 and press run. So either of that I can do. So I have already done MP1. I'll press enter, and you just see that here it will be C equal to 6, and here the variables would appear. Just see A, B, C have appeared here. That means whatever variables I have defined in script file become part of workspace. Workspace is this. I can use here, I can say M equals to C plus A. Sorry, M equals to C plus A. So I can use it. So now this becomes part of workspace. Earlier there were no variable, as I had already shown. Now if I write row here and press enter, I will show you A, B, C here. So that is what I was talking, that all the variables of script file automatically becomes part of workspace, and all the variables which are part of workspace can be accessed by script file, right? So that will be explained to you by MP2. Now MP2, you can just say, I'll just first clear it. Let me clear this. The moment I write clear, the variables I clear. So this space would become empty when I write clear. And when I write CLC, the screen is clear, right? So now let me define M equals to 10 and N equals to 5. So I have defined M and N in command window. See, they are not defined here in the file. So I have defined M and N here. M and N becomes part of workspace, and I run MP2. So when I run MP2, A equals to 2, B equals to 4, C equals to A plus B, which is 6, and D equals to 6 plus 10 plus 5. So it automatically accessed, this file accessed the variables M and N which were part of command window. That means what? The variables here between script file and command window can be interchanged with each other, can be accessed by both of them. So in that sense, script file is open. It shares its workspace with the command window, and command window shares its workspace with a script file. So that is what I wanted to convey when I am writing this commands within the script file have access to all variables in the MATLAB workspace, and all variables created in by the script file become a part of the workspace. So these variables were created here, but they become part of workspace, and this could access m and n which were defined here. So I hope this would be clear to you. Then let us see. This I can skip because this is something I already shown you. There are various commands available in M files. So let us see this commands as a part of this particular file. Let's clear it. Let's put CLC. If I type mp3, which is this, so it shows this first statement. This file will give you the idea about different commands. So that is display command. Display command will display everything which is written in this parenthesis. Then it is asking a equals to this. So a is a variable and I want user to give input. So I'm using command input. So input, then into a bracket, single inverted comma, please enter the value of a. So you enter the value of a, that is 10. Now when I press enter, you see that here the arrow is activated and here k is activated. This means what? The control now is with user. If he wants to make changes in any variable, he can do it, right? Suppose if I want to change a from 10 to 12, I can do it. Where will this be helpful to me? When I'm debugging the code, I can do this. Say for example, I have a problem which can be bifurcated into 3 steps, and you have got intermediate answer for all the 3 steps. So a is is not the user input data, it is a calculated data by MATLAB. So that a value when is calculated, it should have been 12, but what MATLAB has done is 10. So you can change from 10 to 12. So that way you can debug, like that okay, there is some issue with the calculation of a. Now if you want to check all the other sections where a is being used, you can check the another section and say okay, based on a whatever I calculated, say b is correct or not. Again use keyboard, use b to calculate c and check whether it is correct or not. So you can intermittently put keyboard and take the control and see how your code is is doing. If you want to give control back to MATLAB, you have to type db cont. So if I write db continue, the db cont, I made a mistake. I have not defined m, so I'll define m and n first. So because m and n is being used here, I'll write m equals to 10 again, n equals to 5, and I'll type mp3. I'll not describe what is that keyboard command again, and I'll write db cont. And you can see that when I write db continue, b equals to 3 is not visible, but then I have written echo on. Echo on means what? Whatever is written here in the file is reflected here. So echo on. So echo on c equal to a plus b, c equal to a plus b, d equal to m plus n. It is all visible here till echo. Then whatever I'll be having, it will not be visible. But then I have written display, strike any key to continue, because after that I have written pause. Pause will pause the program till user gives some inputs. So till I give till I hit any particular key, it will be pause. So I just skipped a pause. So I just write now enter. Not here, I'm sorry, I have to put enter here. So I press enter. See, then it is asking for please enter the value of f, but it is not being displayed here, everything, right? Pause is not displayed because echo is off. Echo itself toggles its status. So if echo is on and I write echo, it becomes off. If echo is off and I write echo again, it becomes on. So I'll enter the value of f, something 10, and then what is written after that? E is calculated and then pause 10. That pause into bracket 10 will hold the MATLAB for 10 seconds. So now till 10 seconds there will not be anything. Then I have written display E, so it will calculate, it will show the calculated value of E because E is calculated. You will just see that whatever E, yeah, so this is calculated and the program is over. So these 3 files which we discussed, they are all script files, and these script files will, as I told you, every variable are generated here. So these script files are in a way are a bridge between user and function file. Once I'll explain you what is a function file, I think you can understand why I consider script file as a bridge between these two. So I hope after looking at this video, you would have been able to understand how to write and execute a script file. Thank you.